Welcome back to cryptoWAVEradio. I'm your host, Austin Litz, and we're going to make some more music. We're going to make some synthwave today once again. Let's bring our BPM down to about 100 and get some things going. We got a 707 kick. For those of you guys out there interested in formula, some synthwave formula is using some classic synthesizers. We have a DX7 pulled up. We also have a Jupiter 8 VST pulled up. It would be great if I had the real thing. And then also we're using a 707 drum kit. All right. And then I have two drum kits actually set up. I have one that's very verbed out for special effects if I so chose. And then I also have my regular drum kit. Hey, 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 what's happening, everybody out there on internet land? Everybody on Facebook? If you guys want to interact, let me know. I can change things about the songs. You can give me lyrical input, any of those things. Join me over on Twitch, and your chats will pop up on my computer a little bit easier to see if you guys want to join me over on Twitch. But without further ado, let's get started. Let's make some drums, and let's do some synthwave. All right, why don't we? So let's see what tempo we're at. I'm gonna do 103.5, actually. All right, and I'm just going to use the step sequencer. Let's see if this works, how well this works. All right, so I just punched in the step sequencer. Nice. There's the hi-hat. I'm going to adjust the velocity. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to play it because then I'll get more of a feel of velocity. More of a feel of the velocity. Thanks for the streams, Austin's. What's up from YouTube? Hey, hey, hey. How's it going over on YouTube? It's good to see you guys out there. Yep, I'm going live daily. For those of y'all just tuning in, we're going to do some synthwave. We got our formula pulled up. I got a drum rack, 707 kick. All right, let's lay down some drums. I'm going to start with the kick and snare. All right, so it might have been hard to hear, but I'm using two different snares. That gives a little bit of contrast to, it's a simple beat. Electronic music oftentimes is very, very simple drums. But where the coolness comes in is how you change it up. So we've got a little bit of different snare going on at the end there, and I'm going to adjust the velocity on some of the kicks. All right. Okay, now I'm going to fix that up. Hey, I'm liking that, all right? So this is a nice little pattern we got here. All right, so I'm going to copy and paste that down. I'm going to elaborate on this pattern. If you guys can see my MIDI here, let me move one of my screens so that you guys, let me move that up there, and now you can see my MIDI a little bit better. I'm going to shrink myself. Hey, yeah, I want you guys to be able to see the MIDI. The MIDI is really where the magic happens a lot of the times with all this stuff. Okay, cool. So we've got that going on. We've got our hi-hat pattern. Let me copy this hi-hat pattern, or I'm going to select it all. Then with Apple, I believe what is the hotkey? M, B, what is it? There it is. Whoops. So if you select the B, if you press B on Mac with Ableton, you get this pencil tool, and you can draw in velocity. So what I'm going to do is draw in some kind of wavy-esque velocity where it's like, woo. And that gives it just a little bit more of a pulse. It's a little difficult to hear. It's a very subtle thing, but it makes something like this very simple drum sound a little bit more interesting. There's a little bit more movement. Okay, cool. So we've got a nice pattern there. Let's listen to our first pattern. And let's draw in some velocity here as well. Oh, whoops. I need to make sure I'm only selecting the hi-hats. I don't want to screw with velocity of the kick and stuff. We already adjusted that velocity. So I'm just drawing in some stuff, drawing in velocity curves, just kind of dragging my mouse. Cool. I'm going to make it one little more adjustment here. I want that to go up. Cool. I'm liking that. Okay. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to throw in an open hi-hat in another version of this. Okay. Let me delete that. Nice. And then I'm actually going to shorten this one so I get that. Nice. Okay, so this has a little bit of an open hi-hat thing. Open hi-hat. Cool, and I'm going to label that. This is straight, so that's just some straight hi-hats. And this is chop hat. Cool. Okay, now I'm going to take my straight drum track, and I'm going to lay in a tom fill at the end of it, so we have a tom thing. Okay, and I'll quantize that up. And we might want to record a different drum fill when we get composing the song. I just like to create the backbone structure of everything that I might use. I really want to be formulaic. Nice. I like that. All right. So, shout out in the chat. Good to see you guys. The toms have inspired me. Maybe I could make a tom, like a really tommy track. Let's see how it sounds. Okay, now let me quantize that up. Let's see what. Okay, and let me select all these toms and lower them like way down. So a good trick with velocity on MIDI is select the instruments that you want to use and then pull the MIDI all the way up, and then that levels the volume, and then now you can pull everything down, because when I finger drummed it in, it was all different velocity. So you select it all, you pull it all the way to the top, and then you can pull it all down. Okay, so I may or may not use this loop that I just created, but this is kind of a jungly, like very tom heavy loop. Shout out Toadhead Music. How's it going, guys? Good to see you guys tuning into the chat. I kind of like this jungly tom thing. Okay, so let's finish up our drums. Let's create a couple more patterns just with some subtractive MIDI editing. Let's just take away the kick and the snare. Let's label. So this is the fill. That's the one with the fill, and I'm almost for certainly will use that one. This one is I'm gonna call jungle. We got a nice little jungle beat. Okay, this one is no kick jungle. Let's see what that sounds. Nice. All right, so for this no kick jungle, I'm gonna go ahead and select the hi-hats. They're a little bit too static, too annoying. Let's bring that down. Okay, so cool. on its own, these tracks can sound a little bit bland or whatnot, but that's kind of the idea with a lot of this, like vaporwave or synthwave. Sorry, I will make some vaporwave soon. I really, really want to. But that's kind of the idea behind a lot of this, is to make it as simple as possible. Cool. That might be a good bridge or something. I'm not sure. All right, let me make one more drum pattern. Let's do one more drum pattern where it's just, or actually two more. What we're going to do, we're going to do one where it's just the kick. All right. We're going to do on just the kick. All right, so the way we do that, we just select everything but the kick and we delete it. Okay. And I'm going to add in a kick on this one. Yep, there we go. So now this pattern has got the stutter kick. Doo-doo. Cool. Simple, but very useful. Okay, let's do one more pattern where it's just kick and snare. Okay. Delete. Okay, let's listen to, this is kick, snare. And actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to paste this kick snare track. I'm going to paste over to the reverb channel. So I have a drum channel with lots of reverb on. And what I'm going to do is delete the snare out of this and then trigger both of them. And now this drum track is going to have reverby snare. And notice I have two different snares. I'm going on, there's like an A-B thing going on with the snare. Two different sounds. Right? That's how we make very, very simple things interesting. We want this to be hypnotic. We want it to be very formulaic. Okay. I think that's good. If we want a halftime section, I'll record a halftime section, but I think that is good for the backbone of the track. Okay. Now, we have a bass sound lined up on the wonderful DX7, all right? Let's improvise. A chord progression. Let's improvise a melody. Or maybe we should start with chords instead of starting with the bass. Let's see. This is a pretty nasally patch, but I'm going to EQ it out. At the beginning, I kind of want it like this. It's a good way to think of the sound as a giant piece of marble or something like that that you want to carve. So the more frequency that you have, you can always take away. It's much harder to add harmonics. It's easier to take away harmonics. So a big, bright patch like this is okay. I can EQ out some of that too crispiness if I want to. Okay, nice. So I'm getting somewhere with the chords. So I'm going to do a little bit of a suspension kind of thing going on here where we're kind of using the 9. Really, it's more of like a 2 in this situation. It's inside of the chord. So that's a B flat with a C in it. And then A flat major, 7. And then what's feeling good, I'm still searching for maybe a great last chord. This is E flat. I kind of want to do some suspended chords. It's been fitting stylistically, but I don't know if that's necessary. Da, da. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it like that. We don't always have to add in fancy chords. There's the first chord is pretty nice. So I'm gonna do the simplest beat. I'm gonna do just like our regular straight beat to lay down the chords. And I might edit the drums as I go. Something just popped in my head to do like a rattlesnake hi-hat at the end of a phrase or something like that. So it's really easy to edit things like that as you're going. Okay, nice. I actually found the note that I was looking for right there on that recording. So it's the same thing as the first chord where I'm using the 2. We're using the 9, the 2, whatever you want to call it. Da, da. So let's listen to that solo with a click because... Da, da. Nice. I like it. All right, we're doing a major song today. Okay. I'm liking it. So now let's move this MIDI around to some other instruments. What other instruments do we have? I believe we have a Rhodes. Yeah. We've got this Rhodes on the DX7. So what I'm going to do, that's muddy in the range that it's at. We're going to copy the MIDI data and we're going to bump it up an octave. So we're going to count to 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I just selected all the MIDI data and I pressed the up arrow. Ah, listen to that. Nice and corny 80s. But with it layered, once I layer it and EQ everything, it's going to have a nice little pop. Excellent. All right, I don't want to give it all away yet. We'll listen to that full loop in a second. I know it will sound good. Okay. So now I've got some other pads. Let's wait on using that pad. That I might use as a melody. Let's go to the bass and let's lay in a bass. So with this type of music, very formulaic, we can do a couple things. You can use 16th notes or we can use 8th notes. Or you can do whole notes. For the bass, and octaves are your friend. I might change it up a little bit, but I'm probably going to do something pretty much like that. Let's see. Cool. I'm going to leave all of the different bass variations that I just did in there so that the bass line is pretty formulaic, but... Or actually, maybe not, because I want the emphasis to be... There it is. There's the bass loop. Nice. Well, I'm really happy with the way that's sounding. Let's go ahead and print some of this MIDI by creating a couple new audio tracks. All right. And we're going to set the input of each audio track to one of those MIDI channels. So we're going to scroll all the way down, scroll down on this. And I'm going to select pad number 1 on this one and then scroll all the way down and DX7 and then the bass channel. Where's the bass? And the bass. And now I will label these channels. So this is pad 1, this is EP 1, and this is bass. Cool. All right, so I'll probably do some chord changes and stuff like that as well, but this is a good spot to start where I can EQ some things and get it going. All right, we're going to record those. Cool. All right, so we got that. I'm going to take these printed audio, I'm going to move them over here out of that group, and I'm going to go ahead and turn all those off for the time being because I do want to record a B section. So let's find a good B section chord change. So the chords that we are playing at the moment are, I'll play it up here. You can, Toadhead is saying, I can almost hear a string pad with some sort of tremolo effect on it, kind of running with the 16. Okay, excellent. Yes, that is a great idea. All right, let's lay down let's figure out a B section chord change, and then let's run with that idea with some string pad tremolo-y thing. I've got Contact. There's a bunch of really great ways to go about that in the Contact plugin. Okay. So 9 chords can kind of work pretty well. So I'm going to use these chords. So I'm doing a C minor 9. My voicing in the right hand is 7, 9, 3, 5 with the bass in the left hand. And then same voicing on an A flat. And then a similar voicing, I'm doing 5, the root, the 9, and then the 3 for this last chord. So let's record that. So C minor 9. Something like that. I don't know. I think I originally in my brain the chords were going to take longer than that, but that might have worked. Very 80s. I think with some EQ, that section will really start to pop. We'll work on that. Okay. So I wanted to get that progression in my brain. So. All right, I'm gonna go with playing the chords that speed. Let's see what this sounds like. So we got, oh wait, I gotta deactivate some of this other stuff so it doesn't trigger while we do that. All right, let's try this. So, I still got some. There we go. All right, 9 chords. I hit the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. Whole notes. Suspension. There we go. And there is the chord. Quantize. Copy paste that over to the other pad. Select it. Drop it down an octave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. Now record enable on the bass. Record, trigger both keyboards. Let's lay down a bass line. One of these. I didn't count to 12 the right way. That's a half step off. Oh, how lovely. There it is. There. It's amazing how bad half of, only half a step is the worst. Okay. Almost. I'm gonna go. Oh. I don't think I can talk while doing it. Okay, cool. So that goes with our theme of the and. It's da da bum bum ba da bum ba da bum. And the verse chord changes, or the verse bass line is doing that, where the accent is on the is the kind of accent that we got going on there. So let's. Oh, I didn't do that. Where is the bass? Where does it start? Excellent. Okay. I am going to take this MIDI and I'm going to do like what I did with the drum track. I'm going to just like pull it all up so that I'm going to actually, well, this is kind of the opposite. For the bass line, I want it to be pretty static volume. But you know what I'm going to do? Just thought of this. Let me pull down just the slightest bit, everything that isn't on the accented beat. So I've selected all the MIDI data that is not on that upbeat, all of the MIDI of the bass. And then I'm going to pull it down a hair. And now I think those accents will even pop out even more. Yep, they're popping out. It's very subtle, but okay, now let's go back to these audio tracks that we're going to print our MIDI to, and we can go ahead and print those. Here it goes. Excellent. All right, there we go. We have our sections. We are looking good. We are looking good. So now let's take a look at the string idea that the Toadhead had. Shout out to Toadhead. Thanks for tuning in. And I'm going to copy and paste some of this data into some channels that I had set up from yesterday that were EQ'd and balanced to these specific instruments. I forgot that I had these already set up, so might as well use them. Okay. And then now I can go ahead and I'm going to turn off these three. Actually, I'm going to make one more bass loop that is just a pedal. Just a pedal tone bass. I'm going to print that just in case I want to use that before I turn off this MIDI instrument. Nice. Very simple. But we're going to do cool stuff with arpeggiators and stuff. We're going to make this really interesting and really neat. Let's see if this channel is set to record there. Nice. Nice. Okay, let's turn off these MIDI instruments. And then let's pull up Contact. I don't think I've pulled up, surprisingly, I don't think I've pulled up Contact ever on one of these streams, which to me is very surprising. I usually lean on Contact pretty hard. I love me some Contact. Oh, you know why I haven't been using Contact a lot? I have my real keyboards with me. A lot of if I'm working with just the computer, then Contact will take the place of the Nord. When I got the Nord, it's just so much easier to use. Well, actually, I don't know if that's true. They're different. But I thoroughly enjoy Contact, thoroughly enjoy the Nord. Let's open up some MIDI. Let's do it. Let's get a new MIDI track going. This is interactive song composition. Where else can you do that? Where else? Where else? All right. Let's go to our plugins. Let's go down to Handy Dandy Native Instruments. Let's go to, we've got Contact right here. And we'll double click that and pull that open. I gotta stand for a second. My legs falling asleep. Oh. I've got a pretty stand-up rig. It's pretty nice. I can stand and access everything. I got stands. Okay. So let's find, there's a couple different strings. Here we go. The Session Strings Pro. The Ensemble Animator is probably the one we want, where you can, yeah, so check that out. I press the chord and you can set how it animates. So right now we're set to 4/4 staccato, pattern number 2, continuous. So what I want, I'm going to edit this pattern to accent the way the bass is. So it's the ba do do ba do 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 da do do da do do. And let's see if this does it right here. Whoa, something happened. It did it for a second and then it switched back. So for some reason it's doing it on the first phrase, and then on the second phrase it's going back to, but that's okay. Okay, let me try and record this. Let's try this. This is a great idea. I think this is really what I think this is going to make it sound way less cheesy. Okay, let's quantize that so it actually works. This is like mandatory quantization on these animated instruments because they work like an arpeggiator works on the keyboard, where it just has to be on the beat for this like little thing to function properly. But it is not functioning properly. Why is that? When I press the start button, it is not starting. Let me zoom in. Come on, MIDI. What are you doing? Why are you doing it? Okay, and then that last note we need to fix. Bump, 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 bump. So let me record that last note. The animators can be a little bit finicky to use. Really, I just need to get better at using them. But you hear all that? It's like it's starting on beat 2. I don't know why it's doing that to me. Let me open up this animator again and see what it's doing. So it looks correct. It looks correct. Looks correct. Very odd. Do you hear how it's not starting on it's not starting on beat 1? Let's see if we can fix that in the Now it's going 1, 2. Okay, almost. It's super close. I need to just extend this MIDI data out, and we're in business. Cool. The very last phrase, there's one more accent that I gotta change. Okay, cool. And now with the animated instruments, I freaking print them because they have a mind of their own sometimes. Like you can bump an attribute and throw your whole dealie off. So print animated instruments, just print those dang things. Cool. All right, we have that. All right, let me try and copy and paste. I might not need the strings on the other section because I want some variants. But let's see what this is the MIDI of the B section. I'm just going to record it. I don't even care what it sounds like. I bet it sounds good. Let's just see what happens. Ah, never mind. It sounds bad. Let's try it up an octave, and let's zoom way in. For some reason, I need to bump that. Let's see what this sounds like. Guessing. Nope, doesn't sound good. All right, cool. Well, we're going to use... Oh, you know what? The B section's... What? Maybe I'm doing this... Maybe I just goofed. Let me try something again. Let me try that again. I forgot that it's different chords in my brain. All right, I'm not mad at that. Let's see what it sounds like up an octave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And for some reason, the animator is liking to skip the first beat. So what I'm doing on this is like bumping it over just a slight smidgen hair over to the right. Bam. 1. That's a little abrasive, but let's see what it sounds like. I kind of like it. Low in the mix. I bet that might work. Let me edit this -9 dB and turn off that. Yeah, I'm not going to go -9. Let's go -6. And that'll get a little bit of EQ. And then actually, I could layer that with the lower one and turn the lower one down a whole ton. Let's do like -14 on the lower one because it's kind of muddy. It's going to get some EQ. All right, I'm not mad at that. It's kind of cool. I like the strings are a little more sparse in that part. Yeah. I like the strings are a little more sparse too. And that's why I like to just copy and paste MIDI data over, especially it can be really interesting when you copy and paste it over to animated instruments like we did. Because you don't really, they function, it's a computer like generating patterns. And the way that it hits, for some reason, if I move the MIDI data over a smidgen, it was playing on beat 1, but when it was actually lined up on beat 1, it wasn't playing on beat 1. I don't know. Those things are finicky and kind of weird, but you can get really interesting things like this. And once we mix that all down, those strings are going to sound fantastic in the mix. I think this is a really good idea, so thank you for that. Alrighty, right. So let's find our bearings. Let's find where we're at. We might have enough elements to put the arrangement together. We've got a pedal bass. We've got lots of different drum parts. Let me select all of the things that we've recorded and slide them over to tracks that are next to each other so that we can see a little bit better. Okay, that's looking good. Let's take the MIDI stuff and let's throw that way over here. Get that MIDI out of the way. I don't want to delete it because just in case we want to change something, I like to keep all my MIDI instruments here handy, but I like to leave them off. Just in case I want to change something. Okay, right on. All right, we've got all our MIDI instruments off. Let's unactivate all that MIDI too. We don't need just like random data punching through our computer and bogging it down. And then let's label these. This is strings low, and then that's strings high. And now I'm going to group that into one track, and we'll just call that strings. And then strings, let's bring them down. And cool. I am going to switch the drums up on the hi-hat a little bit. I just moved a bunch of them down. The 16th note hi-hat, let's switch it to eighths and see what happens. I think that might sound better for this. The tune is turning out. I just think that'll fit better. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna continue this pattern. Or actually, all I need to do is shorten this. All right, so we have a loop. Whoops. And I'm gonna accent the way that the bass is accenting with the hi-hat. So that was like one. So then this fourth one in, let's turn up. And then turn this one after it down. And then this one after it, leave up. It is up. And then these two, that one's already down really far. Let's turn this one down. This one doesn't need to be up. That's the other one. Cool. That sounds a lot better. It sounds like everything's fitting together a lot better. Yes. Isn't it fun? Yes. I love it. This is super fun. We check out the song. Go over to my Facebook. I think I posted it when this is over. If you guys haven't heard it already, the song that we made yesterday turned out freaking amazing. It was really fun and different. And it was very collaborative. There were a lot of great ideas that were given to me, like throwing reverb on the snare on the halftime. Really interesting things that I wouldn't have thought of to do myself. And it was like, that made the whole track for me. It was like, oh man, the halftime and the snare, or like the reverb at the end. And it's just like, oh man, that made it. So very, very fun. Cool. So our drums have evolved. This song will probably keep evolving in that sort of way, where we've got a couple different. Okay, I'm gonna edit that staccato string part so that each time it just goes da 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 da. The second one for some reason goes da 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 or something like that. So let's take a look at the strings and turn off automation mode. What's going on here? Oh, that's the group. Okay. All right, let's zoom in on this one. What we're gonna do, we're gonna bring to them 1, 2, 3, 4, or boom, boom, boom. All right, this. We're gonna deactivate that part. Cool. Actually, instead of deactivating it, I'm gonna just turn it way down because it was like a little abrupt. I could automate it down, but this might be a little quicker and easy. Or I could automate a fade, I mean. No, I'm still not happy with that. Let's zoom in, extend this piece out a little bit, and fade it down, because I don't want it to be like, oh, you know what's happening is the reverb tail is we're losing that. That's why it sounds like that. But let's see what this sounds. Eee, it's a little stark. Well, let's see what it sounds like in the mix. We might not notice that in the mix. If we do notice it, we've got our MIDI instrument and we can fix that. No problemo. I'm going to do the same thing to this other string part. We're going to just that middle section. That's the beast of these animated instruments. They can be like that. It's almost easier for me to try and like just do it this way and not have the reverb tail than to go back into that finicky instrument and like try and get it to do the thing that I want it to do. Even though it totally can do the thing that I want it to do. It could take a couple minutes. So let's turn that down. Yeah, I can't notice it all with it in the track. So we're going to leave it like that. Just going to turn that high one down just a hair. Little pan, a little bit more reverb, a little bit more reverb. Hey, what's happening, Sterling? Yo, yo, yo. Shout out, shout out. All right, that's smooth now. All right. Okay, wait, there was one thing. I'm gonna leave it. The third phrase has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I'm gonna leave it. Actually, no. I'm gonna waiting for. Oh hell yeah! Sterling's an NFT collector. He's gonna. Oh shit. Yeah. Excellent. Well, that's good to hear, bud. Thank you so much for supporting digital artists. We really, really appreciate the support. I'm gonna edit this phrase. And right there, we're gonna go like this. And a little bit like this. A little bit fades, a little fade action. Then select your stuff. You hit Command J. Oh, shoot. Didn't mean to hit that. I hit too many buttons. Command J. All right, now we have it edited the way that we want. Now, let's listen. Oh, and then you got to loop. When you make edits like that, you got to reactivate the fact that it's a loop. All right, there we go. Loving it. Awesome. All right, everything's vibing together really well. Everything's gelling together really well. I think this is a good place to put together the arrangement before we move too much further, because the way the arrangement might make things kind of pop out more, where it's like, oh, you know what would fit right here is this or that. So let's start putting the arrangement together. Like, I don't want to just like arbitrarily start layering any more synths. I want things to kind of be like, oh, this is, it would be great if an ARP would go here or something like that. So how should we start? Oh, let me move the drums over to here. And then I think that's organized. Okay, so. Oh, nice. The B section, I think, may have turned into the A section. I think with that. That's why I love doing everything in this clip launch mode, because you just don't know what's going to happen. You're going to just like press a button, do this, like this or that, and things like that might happen. Where I think I'm going to start the song like that. Let me make sure there's nothing in my way. All right, let's go for it. We're going to improvise this arrangement. Oh, I got to trigger at least one thing. Sorry, the drums. All right, so reverby snare part. Possibly as the intro. Possibly. Bass. A little bit of the keyboard. I could probably put the keyboard in from the beginning. I think the keyboard and the pad maybe could go from the beginning. All right, the reverb's getting annoying now. Oh, let me turn that off. So I'll edit that up. That could have been, there's definitely some smoothing out to the arrangement that can happen right there. All right, let's go to, here's our pedal. I may or may not use this. All right, here's the, whoops. Gotta fix that. There it is. Section change. So all these section changes will smooth out with some variation in like saxophone, vocals, maybe some wind noises coming in and out. Let's drop the drums. Back to the A. Ideas of how to make this smoother. I think I could extend the chord at the very end of the B section to make that transition a little smoother. I had flux on. I'm gonna do like a halftime section here with like just drums and strings. And then one last thing for the end. So this will be like the last chorus. All right, let's cut the drums and it's just strings. Pads. One last time, and this is the end of the song. Nice. Okay, cool. So definitely some cleaning up to do, but we have the spine of our arrangement. Okay. Drums, there was a lot of weirdness that happened in the drums. Let's clean that up. I want to make a halftime section, and I'm going to do that right here. got a halftime section. That snare very well could be, let's just double the snare in this part right here. And then quantize that. Cool, now we have both snares, and then duplicate all the way across this section. Something like that. Let's listen to that. Make sure we get that right. Uh-oh. Undo. It wasn't a... I need to... Oh. Little Monday error, even though it's Thursday. Got to make sure when you're duplicating things, you got to make sure that it's a set in the grid thing. If you duplicate something that isn't a perfect grid length, like a perfect unit, like right here we have a whole measure, and I had like 3.8 beats instead of 4 beats, and it made the whole thing flubby. Okay. Okay, cool. Now, you know, that might have been where I wanted the halftime section. So let me cut that, save that. Nice. Okay, this is turning out pretty good. We got to listen to it from the top to get our bearings. Let's get our bearings to see what's going on. I don't know where I'm at. Let me edit that drum beat a little bit. I want to. And then I'm going to actually just have that come in here. Whoops. Okay, and I don't need the snare variation actually on this loop. I don't think it's necessary. Or maybe at the end of the phrase. I don't know how I feel. I'm going to leave it. I do want to turn that down a hair, though. Let's just turn that down a bit. And I'm going to turn the hi-hat, the closed hi-hat, I'm going to just turn that whole thing on all of the drums down just a hair. Okay, and then I don't think I need the open hi-hat. It's taking away from the hypnoticness of it. Okay, when the bass comes in, I'm going to take away the open hi-hat. All right, so I'm going to set this as a thing. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. I can just go like that. Okay. And then one more eighth note here. Let's see what this sounds like. Yep, there it is. Wait, let's hear it without that note. I like the note, but I'm going to turn it down. Cool. Okay, and then right here I wanted the pad and the key, or actually, you know, I think the pad and the keyboard, they're so quiet. I think that they fit if we just bring them in right off the get-go. And I'm going to make this pad darker. It was, for the song I did yesterday, it was good to have that pad a little bright. I think I want even less hi-hat too. Alright, I'm liking where this is at. And I want this. I want it sounded funny for the reverb to go away. I want Alright, and then right here, cut the drums. See what that sounds like. Okay, right there, the chords maybe should change. Instead of going into that, it felt like it was ready for a chord change to me. So let's see what that sounds like. So what I'm going to have to do is move the rest of the track. Let's copy and let's move it all the way over here. And then, yeah, now let's take this section. We're going to cut that and we're going to throw it over here just in case we want it later. We might. Okay, now select the rest of everything else. Bring it over here and lay that in. Oops. Gotta make sure you copy and paste onto the right tracks. Okay, let's listen to that transition. Let's see what that's going on. Okay, so what needs to happen here is a whole note to signal the change of a section. Going from these chords to those chords a bit smoother. Or, well, maybe we can just do it with the instruments. I'm going to leave it for now. I don't know. Something about it. Oh, it's because the bass is the wrong bass line. Say there's something just funny about that. My brain is thinking. We need a little bit of a chord change because it's going from a B flat to a B flat. And it might sound cool to layer what I'm going to try is to copy the C9, one beat of the C9, and paste it into the end of this phrase right here. No, that's too much. Right there. No, that was too much. That was 2 beats. I want just 1 beat. This is an experiment. I gotta. Maybe even less. This might work. Like a half a beat. Not sure. Maybe the A section just isn't super great. Although I do like it. I do like these two sections, but there's something funny about the transition. All right, let's try one more thing. Instead of dropping the drums, let's drop the chords. And then it's just drums. And if that doesn't work, then we're going to use instruments to make this smooth. That'll be smooth. I'm going to use an instrument in there. So it'll be like a lead instrument. And in fact, the drums might even be able to cut there too and just have a lead instrument. And that cool. All right, now we're back on track. I'm gonna edit that drum a little bit. I want to boom boom. Ah, not like that. Wait a while. There we go. We got a little bit of a different drum pattern going on here. Well, I'm gonna turn down the velocity on that. Okay, and then right here, I'm gonna copy and paste the drums and delete everything but the kick. We're gonna have just kick there instead of a full drum dropout. And boom, 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 boom. And I'm gonna delete that, and I'm gonna delete that. Okay, and then right there should be the section change to the second part. It doesn't, yeah, that's what makes sense to me. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna cut all of this. We're gonna chop it. Chop the whole thing over a phrase. Nice. Okay, so I do like the halftime a lot, but it doesn't. It's not going to come in there. It's going to come in on the second half of that section. I'm going to do this. Nice. Okay. And then also we have that pedal bass. Maybe the pedal bass. What key is the pedal bass in? Let's solo this. might be able to use the pedal bass as a transitionary effect as well. We got our halftime section. And then I don't think we need this section where it's just, I think we could just do that as the outro right here. So we could take this and move this whole thing. Let's see how this flows. Yeah, I like that. And then we're gonna get rid of this. And then we're gonna extend that one note. Actually, I don't know if I need to fade it. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Now with some layers, I think this will really pop. So our song is 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Or actually, no, it's shorter than that. Maybe we do need that. That little bit. It is. Oh shoot! I screwed up. Oh, let's listen to it from the top. And I'm going to break out the saxophone. Or maybe the flute. Let's see. Reese Powers, you stoked for MIDI 2.0? MIDI 2.0 does sound cool. I think so. Like, that is like. So right now we're dealing with like 127 units, right? MIDI is, I think, something like that. So, like, for the velocity, there's like the resolution of the velocity is like 127 notes. But MIDI 2.0 is supposed to be like a couple thousand or something like that. So the implementations means that MIDI instruments will be far more expressive. It's like adding a bunch of pixels to your television screen. MIDI's crazy because it hasn't changed in like 40 or 50 years. That's a testament. We're missing things. This thing needs some love. So arrangement-wise, it doesn't need to actually go to that section change right there after all. It could have stayed in this. It could have stayed in that vibe for like another little bit. So let's move our data over a phrase and then take the other data and extend it by a phrase. Whoops, I didn't grab it. Everything. Now I got everything. I'm going to do an experiment here. Coming up with an idea. Almost. Wait. Okay, so I did some copy pasting, and now the chord changes happen in a kind of very interesting way. Let's listen to part of the phrase. So we've got we're kind of like changing where the resolution is happening on the beginning of the phrase now by extenuating this part. Okay, nice. But let me get rid of some of the drums. This might work. What did Reese say? Yeah, it reminds me of how heaven is described as all new sounds and colors never before seen on earth. Right? I mean, that might be what heaven is. I'm not sure. What if we're already in heaven? What if we're already in hell? Who knows? Reese, let me know. Are we in heaven or are we in hell? If everyone's seeking enlightenment, then what direction are we coming from? Instead of doing the chord change at the end of this phrase, I'm going to do the minor chord. So now we got this. With a drop and maybe some tom fills into the section change. Okay, so that section change I liked. And I'm happy with that because there was something bothering me about going from the one chord to the one chord from like a B flat to a B flat. I didn't like that. So I'm going to do that where that happens again. Where does that happen again? It happens there. So what we're going to do that same thing. I think. No, not there. It's. Yeah, this bit. So I think, yeah, so I'm going to copy, paste, to duplicate. Let's listen. Oh, So what I could use here as a transitionary effect, I could put a bunch of delay on the Moog and have the Moog go with the glide up, and it'll be like whoop, 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 and then the drop. Ah, nice. That second chain's so much better. Now, see, with a little bit of work, a little bit of patience, we can fine-tune these things into something really nice. I think this song is a little bit like happy corny at the moment, and I really want to like add an element of depth to it that isn't so that is a little bit deeper than where we're at. But we will, no worries. Finger drum. So going into that halftime, we might want to drop the drums for like a beat. Maybe. Oh, you know what? We could put a crash. Whoops. Oh, I don't want that. Let's put a crash on beat 1. Let's put the crash in the reverb channel, in the reverby drums. Let's see how that sounds. What did you say, Reese? Ah, shoot. There it is. Oh, you know, I can just... Okay. Did we get the note? I didn't get the note. Why didn't I get the note? I'll just place it in there. Where's drums? It's crash, beat 1. There it is. So I got to crash on beat 1 now. Hell. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is an announcement from Reese. Hell is the lower chakras. Heaven is the brain. It's all internal. Every person has heaven and hell in them. I think that's beautiful. I think that's absolutely beautiful. And that well put. I totally agree. Hell is Malkut. I don't know. Or what is that? Your mana. What's the lower chakra called? Mana. What do you call the? Not the lower sephira, but the lower chakra. Right? It's all basically the same science, isn't it? Similar, very similar. Manipuricae or something. I forget how you say it. Reese, what's the name of the lower chakra? If you're still with me. Cool. Okay, we need to layer a couple more things. I need to use the restroom because I drank so much water and coffee. I'll be right back, guys. Don't go nowhere. This is a brief intermission. You can be entertained by Reese's comments, though. Reese, him it up. Sorry. back. I should have grabbed some water while I was out there, but that's why I had to go to the bathroom so bad. Okay. We need some more layers up in this piece. We need some interestingness. I've been taking my time with this song. I wanted to make it nice. I've been going a little bit slower. I've been inspired to go, yeah. Woot, woot. Okay. I've been inspired to go a little, take my time and make these like really full, nice compositions. I was doing 2 songs a day. I think I'm going to scale back to 1 really nice song a day. Something that's a little bit more well thought out, I think. Okay. Reese, gotta go. Got 2 GJs to say nice. Hey, well, much love, Reese. Thanks for tuning in. Much love. These things are long, so, you know, it's okay to tune in and out. Thank you, bud. All right. Let's go to a channel. Let's go to a Nord channel. And let's pull up a Nord instrument. That's quite low. All right, I'm gonna lay down this. Where do I want this to come in? Let's see what happens right here. Okay, I'm happy with that as a transitionary effect. And I'm going to copy and paste that over in that other transitionary section, which happens right here. Cool. I'm going to put in another Nord track right there. This is going to be the same concept with a different sound. Something with a lot of movement. I need to crank that. Crank it. It's so low. There we go. Oh. All right, let me just play that. I'm very happy with. So I've programmed these sounds on the Nord. These are kind of some of my go-tos. I'm gonna solo this. Now listen to my downward. I have 3 different pads layered and then a downward stem. And then I set the decay. Oh no. Do you hear that? All right, we got to record that again. Let me go over to the MIDI instruments and turn them all off. I think we have them all off. I did get the new Mac Mini today. I did not set the Mac Mini up for streaming yet. I spent all day learning Photoshop, making synthwave graphics. But I'm going to set up the new computer with Ableton and stuff tonight after this stream, or maybe tomorrow morning. First thing, we're going to have, we did get the upgrade. The upgrade is in. Now, implementing the upgrade and moving all the files over, that might take another day or so. But we've got the new computer. Very, very, very excited about that. Okay. I'm turning off some plugins so that doesn't happen to me again, because that's a pain in the butt. Let's do that again. Okay. Copy and paste that bad boy over here. Same deal. Okay, now I can turn it down a bit. And that sound has a lot of low end that will be, we are going to take that, we're going to take that low end out, unless it's already taken out. I think it is. Yeah, it is. It is taken out. God dang. Lots of crap on. We are going to freeze. Let's freeze the bass. I don't need to do anything to the bass. We're going to freeze up some tracks. All right, this has inspired me. I did get the new computer today, and we're going to get the new computer up and running, because it's quite annoying to record something and then you have digital glitching because your CPU is overburdened. I think with the new Mac, I will be able to pretty seamlessly have a bunch of plugins on and not have my computer do that. I freaking work these things, so we'll see. I really test the limits just because I try to do this all live kind of quickly. It's not like, we don't do guitar day and then do piano day and then do vocal day and then do drum day. It's like everything in a matter of just a pinch of time. So my computer is kind of multitasking to a degree. I like to record with plugins on, kind of, which is an interesting approach, but it's good for these live streams. All right, let me try and record that keyboard part one more time. Hopefully that helped. We'll see. I heard the clicking. I heard it already. Oh no, wait, did I hit record enable on that track? I don't think I did. Maybe that's why. Dang, hearing the clicking. I'm freezing more tracks. All right, let's freeze the drum track. The drums take up a lot of space, so I think freezing the drum track will, because really this is an instrument rack. It's not just one track. It's like a whole ton of bunches of things. So once again, guys, thanks for those of y'all who have been tuning in and contributing to these projects. And especially a giant thanks to those of y'all who have supported and gone and bought some NFTs. This is an educational music program, and I'm having tons and tons of fun. But really, this is also educational towards the NFT market space, the crypto space, the metaverse, all that good stuff, NFTs. We're doing all sorts of fun stuff in that direction. And songs are being sold. I am able to support myself and do what I love for a living once again. Not just play music live, but also record music. It's been a very, very long time since I've known recording art or musicians to make a living off of recording their own passion projects from home with and just sell. It's not these like big blown out projects. I can just record a song, post it on the internet, and like a painter paints, he spends all day painting something and then sells it for a modest price. These are one of one. I print one copy, I bounce one copy, I put it on the internet for sale, and we have been making some great sales, and I just can't thank you guys enough for supporting this. NFTs, I think, are really changing things where I can just be a sort of like you go to your craft festival and you have the local Appalachian craft guy who makes these sort of things or whatever. That's how I feel like I'm making a living now, finally, off of music, where it's like I can just make these like home crafted things and put them out there at a reasonable price, and I'm able to do my thing. Cool. I still heard some crackle. I hope that wasn't in my track. I don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do. Let me search through things. Oh, you know what I can do is try that again. Thanks for being patient. I'm just going crazy with this. This is a sign. This computer's done. I'm just going to solo it so I can really hear it. And what about this other track? All right, this track also recorded with like a little bit of click, clack. It's just bananas. I can't get anything done. Maybe it's because I haven't done a collect all and save, but I'm just going to leave that, in the mix. God, dang. And freeze some more tracks. These are audio tracks, so it won't take as long as the drum track. Okay, I'm going to take it from the top of the song and maybe record some saxophone. Or actually, before we do the saxophone, let's do maybe some arps. Let's look at the Moog on this track. I'm thinking Moog. Let's see what we got going on. Actually, no. Let's go over to the saxophone. That's what it's calling for. It is calling for the sax. So we're gonna switch our input over to Mr. Saxophone. Thanks for being patient. I'm going slow today. I want the song to turn out nice. No rushing. So sometimes I have to turn on the output. If I switch the input to the Voice Live Touch, I have to set the output to the Voice Live Touch and then back to my regular output that I'm listening to it on. It's like the audio driver you gotta like fuck with sometimes. All right. Getting an idea. I got it. Octave from B flat to B flat. C to C. No, I don't like the octave thing. I'm just gonna start right on the note. Nice, there's our intro, and then verse right there is going to come next. Okay, let's listen to that and continue and finish the saxophone parts. And I need to edit those drums a little bit more to make them, I want those drums to be better. Oh, we'll get there, we'll get there. that came to me. Cool. I need to make that verse one bit longer. The verse is 3 phrases. It should be 4 phrases. Da 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 na 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 yeah 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 da da yeah 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 da 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 yeah 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 yeah. Ugh, the sax is a little out of tune. I need to make that in tune, but let's first fix the phrasing. So we need to extend this phrase that we have here by 1. Yep. We need to, so what we're going to do, we're going to select everything and we're going to move it over a phrase, which in this view is two little bar thingamajiggers. All right, so we go over, we selected all of it, and now we paste all of it back. Did it all go back into its home? Yes. Okay. And then now we want this section here. That signals, this section is actually going to go right here. Perfect. And then this section right here, we're going to, oh, you know, I think I did this all by one too many. Yep. But that's okay. I think this is, oh, let me see where we're at. Strings didn't copy. Let's make sure we get the strings. The drums. Okay, cool. Now we got it the right length. Excellent, excellent. Let's re-record that saxophone part. I'm going to pull my mouthpiece out a little bit. It sounded a little bit out of tune for my taste. We could probably blend it, but let's not. Let's get that right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually pull up a tuner on the audio effects. Let's pull a tuner up. And a good note to check your intonation on the saxophone is F sharp. And according to the computer, I'm on the money. But I did make the mouthpiece adjustment already, so I think that's why that's on the money now. All right, let's do this. Cool. Let's listen to just the actual part I wanted to record. I did a little bit of warm up into that. Yeah, much better intonation. All right. Now I have a couple channels lined up from the session yesterday. So if you're wondering why the saxophone is quiet, is because I'm actually going to duplicate that into a handful of different tracks that I have panned and reverbed. So the further you pan things out, the more reverb you put on them, or that's a technique, pan things, more reverb on those tracks, and it gives a little bit wider of a stereo image. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn up the sax a bit. Nice, that sounds good. I don't think the sax needs to be too loud here anyways, because that is actually the chorus of the song, and there's possibly going to be words there. I'm not really sure. I want to record, I think it's the sax is missing a little bit of texture. Let's record that same thing, but in an octave lower as well. Nice, I'm happy with that. I want even more. I want more of that sax. I'm gonna layer another high one. Nice. And then I think the song yesterday called for a little bit more reverb than what we have on right now. Or, I mean, the Valhalla Supermassive. make it darker. Actually, I like it like that. Nice. Let's hold it up. The lower saxophone needs a little bit more EQ. This is the low one. Let's EQ that guy up a little bit more. Just a quick and dirty EQ. Nice. And then the rest of the saxophones I'm EQing. There we go. What's happening? What's up from Colorado? Hey, what's happening? What's happening, brother? All right. See, this is where you can talk to me, bro. I'm just on here all day. Hey, yeah, it's you, brother. Hell yeah. Good. I'm glad you're tuning in. You might like this. This is a new show. I've been doing it for 2 weeks now, and it's hopefully very informative. The new synthesizer's badass. Yeah. So you've got the, for anybody else tuning in, what is it? The Neutron, Behringer Neutron. I know one other person that has the Neutron, and they love it. Love it. Shout out to all you modular users out there. Shout out. So I'm going for a Depeche Mode vibe here. Well, you're actually going to be hitting the saxons. Okay, hell yeah. Well, hey, thanks for coming. Thanks for dropping in and saying, hey, I appreciate it. And tune back in if you ever want to. We are making music daily here. You can learn a lot about production and a lot about arranging. You just missed an arduous arranging process. I wanted to get it right. There were a couple goofy things about it, and now I'm really happy with it. All right, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to copy and paste this saxophone. This is going to be the tag at the end of the chorus. So I'm going to move that to my other end of chorus. Yeah, and this is the halftime section, so this will probably sound really cool. Hey, peace out. Thanks for showing up. Nice. Okay, so I think the saxophone could have some Moog layered on it as well. I think that would be really fun. Let's do that. But actually, before I'm going to do that, I want to make sure that I don't need more saxophone somewhere else. So I'm going to listen from where we're at right here. So I'm thinking verse right here. With a low voice. Something like that. Ooh, right there, saxophone in this fill. I'm hitting that chord over and over. All right, let's record. Let's see what we get. I don't know what I'm going to play. Let's see. Oh, one wrong note. Ah. Was that it? Was that close? Ba-da. I'm just going to outline the C minor chord. There it is. All right, I felt pretty good about that. I'm gonna copy paste that over to my duplicate tracks. Boom, 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 boom. Nice. So at the beginning of this track, that transition section really was like bugging me, but now it's really starting to come together. Okay. Let's make sure we don't need some more sax on the rest of the track. Okay. So this is our 80s anthem right here. Don't you forget about me. I'm gonna copy paste that saxophone part definitely right there. Definitely. Where I'm at, I'm lost. There's too many tracks now. I can't do things as easy. Okay. Copy. I don't know, maybe the saxophones fit there too. I don't know. And then no strings on that last note. Let's do no strings. And then this we'll do a fade. And then I'll also record, I'm going to unfreeze some tracks. I'm going to record the Nord on that last note. Let's get the Nord going. Okay, I'm moving back away from the saxophone. I'm moving back to the MX1 mixer. Oh darn, that's the sound. That was the pad. Okay, 2, 3, 4. Whoa, totally the wrong chord. All right, and then I'm gonna fade that as well. You know what? I need to go into the MIDI, and I was trying to get away with not having to go into the MIDI and re-record or just record that last note, but it needs to happen. It needs to just be boom on the pad and the Rhodes sound. So, yep. I just need that. So let me record that, and then I can copy paste this information. Let it ring. Just get this note the right way. I was trying to just get away with using that chord from inside of the phrase and fading it, but it's just that wasn't happening as well as I'd hoped. Okay, but we can just copy paste this information, and then that's too high on the DX1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, that's what I'm talking about now. We have our channels, and they are set the proper manner. 1, 2, 3, record. Ah, what happened? Am I still recording it? Oh, I recorded. Okay, now I can fade those sounds and have a much, much cleaner ending. Much, much cleaner ending. Okay, let me turn these MIDI instruments back off. That was easy. I should have done that from the get-go. That wasn't hard. All right, I need to fade that FM thingamajigger a little harder, a little quicker. And then also that Nord thing that we recorded needs to fade a little bit quicker as well. There we go. I'm happy with that. I'm going to fade one of those sounds even quicker, even quicker. Okay, and the strings don't need to fade. Cool. Let's listen to the beginning. I want to layer Moog. Cool, I'm gonna do a little bit of edit right here. Whoops. All right, let's layer that with some Moog synthesizer, okay? I unfroze some tracks to make edits. That was a bad idea. Oh, I'm going back to freezing the tracks. I should not have unfrozen. I should not have done that. Or no, no. I'm recording with like plugins on, which is what I would love to do, but let's see if that helps. Let's try this. Oh, there we go. That's solved it. That's solved it too. Well, it solved it for a second. I'm gonna turn my Moog off and on. It sounds like the Moog was made. I bumped the tuning on it a little bit. Dang. No, I'm freezing tracks. I'm freezing it. Thanks for being patient with me, guys. Tune in and tune out. You know, pop in, say hello. Means a lot. Taking my time today. New computer has arrived, and I'm going to get that up and running so that I can record with plugins on. So that I can just record in general without having to do these sort of things. But I'm really happy with the way this is turning out now, though. That worked. Yeah, I'm loving the melody. This whole thing is turning out great. I'm taking my sweet time with this one. I want it to turn out nice. I'm not rushing through it. It's turning into an 80s, I'm sticking with the 80s vibe. 80s or alien music. Go check out my song Link Me to Your Leader on my OpenSea. Somebody purchased that already and they've got it up for sale. That one, or they've got it for resale. So if anybody wants it. But that one's alien music. I'm going to turn up this Valhalla reverb a bit and get it a little bit more washy on that synth. Nice, I'm happy with that. All right, let's clean up that riff. Let's delete the excess. Now I got a nice little square of it. And let's go to the second chorus. And let's paste this bad boy. Halftime. Oh, cool. Cool. All right, I'm happy with that. Nice. I'm very happy with that. I want more Moog. I want Moog ARP or something. Yeah, I'm definitely recording that. Definitely. You have a go-to performance for the... yeah. Good. My go-to preference for the Valhalla. It's free. The Valhalla Supermassive. Let's go over to it. Let's go check that out real quick. It is, like I said, this is free. This was a free download, and it is freaking badass. Valhalla Supermassive. It's a delay. I keep calling it Supermassive Reverb, but it's a delay. And I use the first one that pops up, and I turn it down to like 3%. It's like crazy. It's really, really crazy. I think I turned it up. Let's see what I turned it up to like 6% on this, or 8. That was me saying like, let's wash it out, is at like 8%, which is like the thing is, it's a pretty intense plugin. You can really, I don't know what it's doing, because it's one of those like funny plugins where it just has like a warp button. It's like, okay, what does warp mean? Like, what is warp doing? So I just throw this one up there, and then sometimes I'll take the highs down. It's very shimmery. But in this case, I like the shimmeriness on this song, but I'll often, I put on that first one, and I turn down the high EQ, and I turn it way low. All right, so I'm going to record some arpeggiator. This is going to pop in right in this next verse, or well, it's actually the first verse, this next phrase coming up. Okay, so not any of that. It comes in right here. Okay, cool. I forgot about that. There's that held note. So nice. Okay, so we got the verse arp. Now let's pad, or we're gonna vamp. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna open the filter through this vamp to make this vamp a little more interesting. That was okay. Where's that click? Okay, good. That wasn't in any. I'm tripping. I thought that was one too short. Hold on. It's not very loud. I might like that more. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, I made it a little too loud. There we go. And you know what I'm going to do? Hey, what's up? I'm going to take the Valhalla reverb and the EQ that's on this other Moog and put that on the group. I don't know why I didn't have it that way to begin with. Okay. And I'm going to fade that a little bit. Yep. Okay. Nice. All right. Off to work, jam on, man. Hey, Sterling, thanks for tuning in and watching, man. Thanks for hanging out. This is, I really, really appreciate everybody who tunes in and hangs out with me. You get to glimpse into how I do things. I want the drums. Let's turn that ARP down. So this is going to be the verse. I'm definitely doing low vocals. Okay, transitionary effect. Well, first let's copy paste that Moog that we just laid down into the other part where that happens, which is right here. No, not right there. Where does it come in? Maybe I had it right at first. Cool. Wind. We need our handy dandy chaos pad. And we're going to switch the chaos pad to the preset that is sidechain white noise. We're going to go over here. We're going to turn this thing on. I have a phaser on. I don't know if the phaser is needed on this tune. Definitely going to turn it the fuck up. I really want to be able to hear it. Alright. I want some of this. It was hard to hear. Maybe I do want that. Turn it up. Ah, shoot. I gotta do that again. Nice. I was happy with that. So now we fade that a little bit, a little fades in, a little fades out, and then turn it down because I turned it way up so I could hear what I was doing. And I'm going to turn the phaser. I'm going to leave the phaser on. I'm just going to turn it down a bunch. I don't need jets taking off on this one too much. Excellent. Oh, you know, and I don't have any 80s tom fills in here yet. We probably got to do that. All right. Now, before I get too distracted, I should probably focus on the lyrics and vocals of this guy. Let me copy and paste that transitionary effect in the second spot right All right, I'm going to the beginning of the song, and now we are going to come up with some lyrics with this bad boy. Sorry, I gotta set the input, and there's just something about the drums. I still maybe the there's something about the drums I want to change. Oh, and I'll edit that. Vocoder. Vocoder. I do have the vocoder hooked up right here. Yeah. All right, I'll edit the drums in a minute. I think I might take out the hi-hats in the beginning. There's something goofy about the hi-hats that's bothering me. But maybe with all of the pieces of the puzzle in place, it won't bother me quite as much. Hey, check. Hey, 1, 2. Hey. Oh, I gotta. Excuse my popping. Hey. Yeah, baby, yeah. Something like that. This is good. This is good. You know you want it. You know you need it. You know you want it. You know you need it. Something like that, maybe. You know you want it. You know you need it. I want some more words though, and I'm gonna harmonize that. So it's. You know you want it. You know you need it. You know you got it. Can't be defeated. You know you want it. You know you need it. You know you got it. I need some lyrical insight. Something badass. It's got to be badass. All these songs, like this song's super happy, so the lyrics got to be something like rough. You know you want it. You know you need it. You know you got it. You know you want it. You know you need it. You know you got it. Can't be defeated. You know you want it. You know you need it. You know you got it. Can't be defeated. You know you want it. You know you need it. You know you got it. Can't be defeated. You know you want it. You know you need it. You know you got it. Can't be defeated. Let's listen to that. That's kind of cool. You know you want. What did I do? Let's. You know you want it. You know you need it. 4-part harmony, talk box. You know you got it. Can't be defeated. Nice. Let me check the levels on some of that stuff. A little bit of panning going on. Who knows? You know you want it. You know you need it. You know you got it. Can't be defeated. You know you want it. You know you need it. You know you got it. Can't be defeated. Maybe define what it is in the bridge. Okay, yeah. It's got to be something badass. It's got to be something like I want it to be dirt. Like it's got to have edginess to it, you know. Oh well, I mean, this song is about NFTs and crypto, so maybe it could be that money, and that sweet crypto. So, you know you want it. You know you need it. But I want it to be, you know, if it is about the crypto, it's got to be subtle. We got to make this a nice piece of art that functions outside of this metaverse as well, because this, you know. Oh, the dirty money. Yes, yeah, dirty money. Yep, yeah, there we go. All right, we're running with that. In fact, that's the title of the song. There we go. That's the title. Yep, there we go. We got the title of our song now. Dirty money. I like it. Now we got edginess. Now we got a direction to go. Oh, we got some edginess. All right. I'm liking that. So let me label that talk box channel. Okay. And then now let's open up a new channel. Hey. Yeah. So I did some Depeche Mode low voice lyrics on yesterday. I think I'm going to go with that vibe for these synth-wavy songs. I don't know. I'm going to just make some shit up.
I see you laying on the floor. I see you playing, asking for more. You know you want it.
I need that verse to be longer. Needs to be a double verse.
I see you laying on the floor. I see you playing. I see you laying on the floor. I see you begging for more. You know you want it.
All right, I think arrangement-wise, I think I actually need to make this a double verse in the beginning now. I didn't think that we wanted that, but I do.
I see you laying
Or maybe not. Let's listen to
on
it.
the floor. I see you begging for more. You know you want.
Let me do that again. But I think I'm gonna run with this. Hey, I'm gonna turn on an effect on this. I'm using a TC Helicon Voice Live Touch 2 for effects. I got a doubler effect on and some reverb.